All my ladies in the bed.
Stop that. Hello guys, currently on our honeymoon and we thought we'd sit down and chat about, I was just thinking, I bet the people in their little hats could hear us.
Yeah, hopefully they're at the beach.
But I thought we'd sit down and talk about our wedding day. Now we do have a proper wedding video coming, but we just thought we'd sit down and kind of like chat about the day and like things that maybe don't make the video, how we felt. We've got lots of like funny phone videos which definitely won't be in that video.
You're gonna put them in here?
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna pop them up in here because there was just some really lovely moments which we just thought we'd share. We just thought we'd chat like what happened on the wedding. Talk
through the day, what happened, our mental states.
Yeah.
At various stages of the day.
While it's still quite fresh. Yeah. But I basically thought it'd be nice to start from where I left off. I'm hoping this video will go up after the wedding week vlog. I kind of finished it off when I was in bed with Bryony and we were talking about how we thought we were both gonna marry each other at 40 because we would never end up getting married to anyone.
Wait, you were in bed with Bri the night before the wedding talking about how you were gonna marry each other?
Yeah, no, we
that
actually
doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Yeah.
But yeah, so we thought we'd just start from there and kind of talk you guys through the day, pop some pictures, some videos up as we go, and just some like cute moments that happened.
Yeah.
So how were you the night before the wedding?
I was a mess.
Niall didn't sleep a wink.
Yeah, well I struggle with sleep anyway, and I didn't really think about it until the evening. We all went for like a big
rehearsal dinner is what the girls all called it.
Rehearsal
like
dinner,
the
really?
American thing, yeah.
And the place on the Friday, the night before the wedding, was on the beach where we had that dinner where we saw Bono.
Oh, here he goes. Like, I swear he told every person that at the wedding. I saw Bono here.
Bono was that right there. Right there he was.
He's the singer from U2, by the way, in case you don't know. I didn't really know.
No, but
before Niall had a fangirl moment and we went there.
I don't even like U2 that much, but he's like pretty cool. Yeah, so that night I became like super like anxious and nervous, and I don't know where it came from because I don't really suffer with that kind of stuff in general at all.
You don't get
and
anxiety,
the whole like week before that, maybe it was because I was so distracted and we were all sort of partying with our friends, going on boat days and stuff, that we were just too distracted and having too much fun. But that night, yeah, I got quite just really like, it just got a massive like knot in my stomach that evening, and then I realised, oh, I struggle with sleep anyway, and I thought I'm gonna probably struggle to sleep that night, which I did.
And you did. Whenever you tell yourself that you don't sleep, you did it the other night while we were here. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight, and you didn't sleep.
Yeah, but you know I'm rubbish at sleeping.
Yeah, you are.
So.
But do you know what's funny? What? I don't think you realised at the time, me and Bryony were vlogging at the table while I was writing my vows, and you're in the background. When I was editing it, I was like, you literally look so on edge. And I was thinking when people are going to watch that vlog, which is already up, they're going to think, does Niall actually even want to be there?
No.
You look so unhappy, but you were just so nervous.
Yeah, well if you guys see that, you know what's going on. I think the groom gets more nervous than the bride the day before.
I don't know about that.
Do you know? I don't know. Well, I think I was.
Maybe the groom gets more nervous, the bride gets more like stressed / really excited.
Yeah.
Because you kind of like, I personally found I've always sort of visualised my wedding day. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
So I'd like.
Make you more nervous, wouldn't it? So much build up.
Yeah, well that's what I was going to say, is that night I didn't really sleep either, and obviously I was in bed with Bri after I finished off the vlog, and we basically put on Harry Styles' Calm episode. Bri was like, put it on. I was like, is that weird to tell people the night before the wedding?
Yeah, so not only was she in bed with Bri, who she said she should marry.
I spooned her.
Spooning Bri, but she was in bed with Harry Styles as well.
But we put it on. That was Bri's idea. She was like, put him on, I want to listen to him too. So we put him on and I didn't sleep till 5, and then we had an 8 AM alarm because we all wanted to wake up before the hair and makeup. Even Harry couldn't send me to sleep that night, and I text you, so we were texting each other, and I was worried about you because you put a story up where you were like, can't sleep, and then I text you at like 4 AM and you didn't reply, so I was like, oh good, he's gone to sleep. And then you said you hadn't slept all night. I was like, oh. Yeah.
No, I literally didn't sleep a wink.
I can't believe
that. Not at all. I can.
Not a wink though.
Whenever I'm like excited or nervous or like, you know, super fixated on anything. I just can't sleep.
But then you woke up for, yeah, so you talk through your morning first and then I'll talk through mine.
So my morning, I was up in the upstairs bedroom where Megan was. I made a joke in my speech.
Not that night.
No, not that night, but that was our room during the whole week. I made a joke in my speech that I like cuddled the pillow because it smelled like Megan a little bit, and I hope that
what, the speeches bit? That wasn't in your vows, was it?
No, at the dinner speech.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I said like jokingly, like I was kind of cuddling up to Megan's pillow, hoping that her scent would like calm my nerves and help me sleep, but it didn't. No, like not your scent, like your perfume.
I didn't leave Seal there. Seal was with me and Brian.
Yeah, so it got to like, my alarm was like set for like 8 or half 8, and I think it got to like 7:30. I was like, fuck this shit. So got up. Had a little moment to myself on the balcony, looked out onto the sea. Yeah, and then everyone else was getting up. Me and Elliot had been going for runs in the mornings quite often anyway, so me and Elliot went for a little 15-20 minute run, just because I thought I need to help myself out, because I was still feeling really sort of anxious.
I can't believe you managed that.
So I just needed, yeah, but you know, when you go for a run, you kind of reset your body, get some endorphins flowing, I thought, and it did actually help me out, and only for about 5 minutes. And then we went for, so I had like 2 groups of friends, the guys that I grew up, like went to school with, who were staying on a different part of the island, so we all met up and went for a big breakfast, which I didn't enjoy at all. I was so quiet, honestly. I was like the worst company
ever. You said
ever.
that in your speech.
Yeah, I was like, I was not good company. And then actually the nerves and the anxiety just kind of relieved as soon as we got back to the villa after breakfast. And we started, like, I got my suit out basically.
Oh really?
Yeah, maybe a couple of beers helped us as well. And we just started sort of chilling, just having some beers, getting some pictures, getting some video clips, trying on the suit. And
well, I guess, yeah, you started to get occupied with the day a bit too.
Yeah, like I just started to distract myself, and I started, the anxiety kind of transformed into excitement. Yeah.
When I woke up, it was funny actually. I thought I was like not sleeping until 5, but I was trying not to stress about it, because you know when you can't sleep and you just like get really annoyed.
Yeah.
And then you make it so much worse for yourself. And because Brian was next to me, I also didn't want to wake her up, so I was just lying there like, I was actually running through all the different things in the day because I was so excited. I wasn't nervous, I was excited, so I was like, I want it to be the morning. Like it was Christmas. But I was like running through the day loads and like thinking about all, I just wanted it to be the morning, I think.
Yeah.
And then in the morning it was funny because I thought that nobody knew that I was up that much. And then I heard Bri wake up and walk out the room, and she was speaking to Jazz, and she went, oh, I feel so sorry for Meg. She was up until 5. She was sighing in her sleep. And then she came in,
that went, doesn't surprise me, by the way, sighing.
No, but I was sighing, like trying to breathe, I think. I was trying to like breathe 7-11, like my mum always says, because it like slows down your brain and like just brings you back to like a calmer state, and it wasn't working. But Bri then came in, she was like, oh, are you okay, darling? I know you were awake. I was like, no, Bri, it's fine. Like I wasn't annoyed, I was just like, no, it's fine, I just want to like get rid. And I was, I think like you said, it was like adrenaline, you just forgot that you were tired. So then we all got up and we just started having our hair and makeup done, playing Mamma Mia. Bri and Annie were kind of like going in and out outside. Annie was writing a card for me. She was so cute. She wrote me a card, and then she gave it to me and she cried.
What, like a card?
Yeah,
like
she just wrote a little
card
card saying like congratulations, and she wrote like about our friendship, and she's quite emotional, isn't she? So she gave it me, and that was probably the first moment I like teared up a little bit.
Oh, bless her.
And like Annie just makes me cry because she's so cute.
Yeah.
And then she gave me that, but Bri was also practicing her speech outside, so I could see her through the window, like talking to herself, reading through her notes. She was like, I can't read my own handwriting, I don't write anymore. It's
so hilarious seeing like your best friends preparing to do a speech for your wedding.
Oh, it's so cute.
Because Carl was definitely nervous about that as well.
Yeah, he was very nervous. He'd told us that for about a year. He was just so nervous about it. And if anyone was like, oh, you've got the biggest biggest responsibility with the best man speech. You'd be like, shush. It was like a really long getting ready because our ceremony wasn't till 3:30 in the afternoon. So
because it's so hot.
Oh my god, it was still so hot.
It was still bloody hot.
So hot.
We could have done it at 10 in the evening and it still would have been
boiling.
hot.
I think it was the hottest day we were there as well. But we were getting ready from 9 until 2 p.m. And like obviously there was 5 of us that they needed to get ready. So it took a while, but then it went so fast, and like I felt really chilled though, which I was really glad about. I wasn't worrying too much, like, you know, things were just flowing. We had 2 people helping us work on the wedding, so I was like texting them asking how it was. But the thing I found the weirdest, because like I'd sort of arranged how it was all gonna look at like the ceremony, and then we had the party at the other place.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't see it first.
Yeah.
So I had to, and they didn't want to like send me pictures, they wanted it to be a surprise, which was nice. But I was like, is everything okay? Like I just didn't know what it was gonna look like.
Yeah.
But then we did like some TikToks and things like that just before we left too, which was nice. But literally it was so funny because we did this transition TikTok, I'll insert it here, but the jump back in our look. So we were all done up, all dresses, hair, makeup all done. And we only had to do it 3 times, I think, to get the timing right. I had front bits out on my bun, and they just got absolutely drenched. And so I had to go back into the villa, and Helen, who was doing my makeup for Charlotte Tilbury, she was like, shit babe, that's what she said, and she started dabbing me. She was like, you were out there for 2 minutes. And she literally went, shit babe, and she was like plotting my skin with tissue. She was so good though. She was, I don't know how she got all of us through with the makeup, but she did.
I think one thing that's quite funny, if you ever get married in a hot country, or even just go on holiday with your friends in a hot country, you'll quickly learn who can deal with heat and who can't.
Oh yeah, some people don't like
There's some
it,
people that are just like Carl, the whole week was just saying shade.
He was like, I just want to go back to England now. And then there's a heat wave in England. He must have been like, the ceremony at an olive grove first. I think you will know that from the vlog. Yeah,
or have you seen the pictures that like me and you like on the aisle and down the aisle? That's the olive grove.
That's the olive grove. That was the hot place.
Yeah, like it's a lovely idea getting married on a very idyllic Greek island called Paxos, but like they have about 5 taxis on the whole island.
That was
so there was a little bit of a mess up with taxis. There was a point where the photographer that was with the groom's crew got left, and he needs to get there to take pictures of everyone arriving, and it was like
there's literally 5 taxis on the island.
Yeah, there was a couple moments of stress, but it was all good. There was one point where we were trying to get, I don't know if I've told you this, but there were like, you know, like kind of rocky, windy gravel paths that lead to the olive grove because it's in the middle of nowhere. And there was one point where I needed to get there, and the taxi driver that was driving us needed to drop me off and then go get the photographer and Elliot. And there was like a road blockage, and I literally, I'd had enough. I got out the door and I was literally went to this guy, get out the way, because I'll literally pull you out that car and drive it myself. And the guy was like, saw I was in a wedding suit. He was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Bless him.
that was quite a funny little detail. And then I arrived. The guests were already there when I arrived.
Yeah. There was 2 minibuses, wasn't there? So one minibus had got there, but one minibus wasn't there because it was in front of me when I was driving there, and I was supposed to be proper last. So we wanted everybody to get to the olive grove, including Niall and the groomsmen, like 45 minutes before the aisle bit, when me and all of the bridal party would get there. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like, so we'd been to see the olive grove not last summer, the summer before.
Yeah,
when we went to Paxos to like kind of finalise all the bookings and finalise the venue location and stuff. And I was thinking like it's a lovely place, but it's literally someone's back garden. So I was worried on the day, is it going to look like someone's back garden or is it going to look like a wedding?
It didn't.
But when I got there,
it's insane.
It was insane. And that's another thing about the logistics of getting married in Paxos. Like we had to get everything, well, with the help of Lois, we had to get everything transported, like 50 chairs, like we had to coconuts with like little rum things, like the saxophonist who we had playing, who was like kind of serenading everyone when they came in.
Yeah, was he playing when you got there?
Yeah, so we said like half-hour set of like some romantic stuff, and then later on like some Mamma Mia, and like he absolutely killed it. He was really good.
He was amazing, yeah.
Do you know what his name is? Maybe like
I'll
his
link
little
him in the
Instagram
description.
handle.
I'll put all the links for everything in the description box.
And the flowers looked amazing. The wedding arch looked absolutely insane. And then we had like a little mini bar, and everyone was saying how good the cocktails were actually. Like before you arrived, everyone was like, these cocktails are so good. They had like one called Mr. Kirkland and Mrs.
No, it was Mr. K, Mrs. K, and Basil
yeah.
and Blue was the mojito because they can't drink.
Like the like virgin cocktail.
Yeah, the mojito. Oh, not the mojito.
Mojitos, definitely not. You've drunk enough.
too many mojitos.
She's drunk too many today.
Mojito, the virgin. What's the word?
Virgin
Mocktail. Mocktail. That's what I was thinking. Not mojito. Mocktail. The mojito.
Yeah. So we had like so 2 alcoholic, 1. Yeah. The cocktails were lovely, and yeah, I was so impressed.
Were you excited when you got there? Then did you feel like?
Yeah.
The nerves calm.
Oh, one thing actually, I don't know when it happened. Do you know about this actually?
Don't know, do I?
So I get there and I start chatting to people, you know, calm my nerves with a Mr. K or Mrs. K, I can't remember which one it was. And then your friend Neelam comes up to me, and bearing in mind it's like a cream sort of beige linen suit. 30 seconds, I've been stood there for 30 seconds. No, 30 seconds she comes up to me like, no, you've got dirt on your sleeve. And I look at and my elbow, literally a massive, like, dark patch of dirt on, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. By the way, my suit, Jasper Littman,
they talk about our
absolutely amazing. Like, I love it. And he did like a little detail which I didn't ask for, but he put like the date of our wedding on. You've seen that? I can't remember. It was I think it was on the sleeve of the blazer.
Really nice.
Yeah, like nice little touches like that really make everything more special. But yeah, I got there within 30 seconds. It might have been when I got out the taxi or when I was walking down the path to the olive grove. There's a massive massive patch of dirt. And then your dad's wife Kate was trying to help me out. Tracy was like, yeah, we all like thinking what's the best thing to do, Dad. I was like, I need a mum right now to help me. Like, how do I get this out? To be fair, we got it out and it wasn't noticeable.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, and then I looked down to my knee and there's another massive patch of dirt, so I was like, for fuck's sake.
Thinking about our outfits, when I was putting my dress on at the villa, just because I put it on at the very end before I left because I didn't want to get anything on it and because it was so hot. Because Lizzie came and did it for me, which I thought was so nice because Lizzie is one of my like recent friends. She actually shot, she's a photographer, she shot Bluey, the campaign in Ibiza, but also my Bow and Tea collections. That's how we met, and I just love her. She's like, I feel like she's my female soulmate in a way. I just absolutely love her. And she says the same thing. I've known her for 6 months. But we just like click so well and I love her. But she obviously wasn't part of the bridal party because I haven't known her that long. But it was so nice for her to have that role because the girls all were like waiting outside to see my dress once it was on. And so I was like, Lizzie, can you come and do that?
Oh, right,
and then she cried when she was putting it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was so cute, and she made me cry too, and I was like, Lizzie, I got really breathless while I was putting it on. I was like, oh my god, this is like a moment that like just feels so. Then my whole mood changed. I went from being like really like happy and excited and dancing to Mamma Mia all morning to like, oh my god, I'm breathless, I'm about to walk down an aisle. And like I put the dress on and they like Willis put the veil on and like pulled it out because I don't think you ever saw it, but it had "You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Grey" ingrained in
I've seen it in some, maybe it was a picture. I knew it was
small,
there.
But then obviously my veil was like dragging along loads of plants through the olive grove. So by the time I got down the aisle, I think I said in my speech, as my veil says, "You make me happy when skies are grey," although I don't think you can really see it right now because it's covered in shit.
Covered in dirt, yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a moment that was just really surreal, and like Willis held it together for us because me and Lizzie were like,
come on.
Willis is my favourite person, he's hilarious, but he was obviously doing my hair, so he sorted out the veil and he like held it together and like made me and Lizzie feel less cry. But then I went out and showed the girls and showed my dad, and it was really cute. But yeah, then we were in the taxi on the way to you guys, and I'd heard that Elliot, who had my vows and your vows, was left in the villa because he couldn't fit in the taxi, and I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have any vows because we wanted to do them like written, like not on our phones. So he had them and he wasn't at the ceremony yet, and we actually weren't late, which I thought was crazy. I couldn't believe we weren't late. We were early. So
Megan
when
was on time for something.
I was actually, that was in someone's speech and everyone laughed and I was like, that's not even funny.
That was Brian, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Fry. But yeah, so then when we were on our way there, I was like checking to make sure Elliot was there before me, because that would have just been a fail if we just didn't have our vows. He basically drove up to a different area and waited for about half an hour because I wanted everyone to like relax, have a drink, and like chill at the ceremony before they had to sit down and go through the ceremony, because it was obviously really hot. And actually one other really nice thing I did then, which I had some time for, because my dad was with me in the taxi and the girls were in a separate taxi with each other. My dad FaceTimed my grandma, because obviously my grandma couldn't be there, and she cried.
Yeah,
and because she loves flowers too, I showed her my bouquet and she was like, oh, she went, oh, they're lovely, oh, they're and she couldn't believe that my dad had done that. And I just like appreciate my dad so much for doing that in that moment, because I don't, the whole day, no, but the whole day I didn't have my phone on me, my bag on me. Like someone always had it, because I couldn't walk down the aisle with my phone in my hand or my bag in my hand. Oh, we're out of focus. Hello? That was a really nice moment. And then we had to wait then, because we were still waiting a while and I was getting really nervous. Luckily it was a nice aircon taxi. Yeah, so like it wasn't melting. Lizzie and Willis came up from the ceremony and brought me a vodka shot, which actually one of them filmed because they thought it was so funny. They gave me a cranberry juice to like chase it, and I was like, imagine I tipped the cranberry juice on the white dress. But luckily I didn't.
Yeah, my auntie Tracy said that on her wedding day a dog threw up on her dress moments before she got married. Yeah, that's why when I had that dirt patch, she was like, don't worry, Niall, a dog
this
threw
happened
up.
to me. So then anyway, we got to the ceremony because I got told that everybody was settled and chilling. So we walked down like behind the little Greek house, which was the house, the land of the garden that we were using. We'd hired out. And me and the girls, well, all the girls were having like makeup top-ups, and I think Ian, who's Niall's uncle, he was, what's it called? What are they called? The people at the end? The officiant? No?
Well, it would be like the vicar if it was like a Christian wedding. It would be like, you know, the person who's conducting the ceremony.
Yeah. I think he'd started, but we couldn't hear anything.
Oh, really?
So we were just like behind this house, having our makeup done. I was really nervous, standing next to my dad. My dad was pulling the worst dad jokes ever. I was like, Dad, not the time. I'm so, and I was, no, it doesn't. My dad loves a dad joke. So we all had to go like behind along the corner of the house to get like to this little flowery bit where all the bridesmaids were going to go out one by one down the aisle. And suddenly the music started playing and we weren't there yet. Jasmine was like, oh my god, it's me. So she literally ran and got to the aisle bit in time, luckily, and we didn't have a moment to think. Yeah. But luckily it was fine, and all the girls went down the aisle, and me and my dad did, and I didn't trip or anything, which was great.
That's good. That's always a bonus.
I was a bit worried about that.
So one of the things for me was I felt quite a lot of pressure to like, it sounds silly, but I felt a lot of pressure to cry. And I get emotional at like films quite easily. I can cry at a song if I'm really feeling it. So I thought, you know, if anyone's gonna cry, I probably will. But at the same time, I felt a little bit of pressure, so maybe I was a bit nervous about that as well. Even though, like, I know if I didn't cry, it wouldn't be a problem. But I was crying. I was definitely crying. And then I remember, so the bridesmaids walked up. I remember Annie said to me after, like, we made eye contact with each other. She saw that I was kind of tearing up, and that made her tear up. I think Bride maybe looked at me and got emotional after she saw me crying as well. And then, obviously, I think all the nerves. I was just so desperate just to see Megan. The night before we spent apart, and yeah, I knew as soon as I saw her, it was just like, you know, just pure sort of joy and happiness, which it was. And then we did our vows, which I was a little bit nervous about as well, but I think, like, I don't know why I was nervous. Like when I started doing it,
holding a microphone, weren't you?
Well, yeah, like Megan, like, is a singer, so she sang. I don't know
if I'm a singer.
Well, at university, you know, you got, but it's a scary prospect if you speaking into a microphone in front of everyone, you know. But it's like I wasn't actually in the moment. I wasn't actually nervous at all, and I really enjoyed it and said what I did. I finished. So you went first on the vows. Yeah, well, when I walked down the aisle, I just wanted to say as well, when I walked down the aisle and saw you, you looked so cute. Oh, his little face was like, you were crying but happy, so like you were smiling but your eyes
proper crying. And then I just wanted to like, so we kiss before you're supposed to, so I don't think we really thought that through, where you're supposed to not really kiss until they say, and you can now kiss the bride. But obviously, as I explained before, which we will go into a little bit at the end quickly, we didn't officially get married in this moment, although we wanted it to basically be that.
Like legally.
Legally, we didn't sign the documents at this point because we couldn't in Greece unless you did it in a chapel, and it's like 2 times a month where you can actually do it. So then obviously we weren't doing everything super traditional, but we didn't really think about the fact you're not really supposed to kiss until they say, and you can now kiss the bride. And as soon as I saw you, I just wanted to give you a cuddle.
Yeah, me too. We just ended up just kissing. And then my uncle, who was like conducting the ceremony, was like, well, they've already kissed.
Yeah,
but,
he's funny.
Yeah. And it was super special for me having my, like, not many people can say their uncle, who I've actually looked up to my whole life, because he's like super intelligent. He's always inspired me to like read books and listen to certain bands. He's super into music. He's like a massive hippie at heart. So he's always inspired me throughout my life, and then not many people can say that their uncle like married them, you know.
Yeah, it was really nice, and we've obviously always visited them since we first got together.
Yeah, and they've always like really liked you as well. So.
No, but yeah, no, I love your uncle and auntie, and he's really funny.
Yeah,
and he's a poet as well, so he's really good at writing.
Oh, sorry for him. He looked hot.
He looked
massive
really
sweat patches.
We were so well. That was the other
Some
thing.
people had sweat patches coming down their back. Like my friend Sam Cooper was showing everyone his ass because he had like a massive sweat patch, and literally going up to him and like, look at my ass. Look at my ass.
Luckily, last minute, I ordered everybody for their seats fans, because otherwise like literally I turned around at some point to the ceremony and everyone was just like this. Felt really bad.
Everyone. But we didn't have any fans. We didn't have that.
Barry gave me a fan at one point because literally Niall went, you got a Sula in the middle of the ceremony, and he was like this, wiping away my Sula.
Because I was just thinking the pictures, to look like massive beads of sweat, so I was thinking, I don't want it to like, but the vows were great. One memory of the vows. So you went first, you did your vows, and I did mine. And
you
one
didn't
memory.
Want to do yours first, did you?
No, I wanted to go last.
You were like you go first.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't. I feel like it's more like for the groom to sort of make. Not that yours weren't a big deal. Obviously, they were equal in terms of like how important they were. But I wanted. It's more about the groom showing his love for the bride, I think, in a little bit.
No, I don't agree with that. I think it's very equal. I think maybe that was in your head. You felt that pressure, but it wasn't.
Maybe.
I think it's very equal vows. You're sharing with each other, words to each other, and that was the thing I said to Niall, like, he shouldn't be too nervous about it, because in the moment, I mean, I don't know, I'm not like an expert in weddings, I've never got married before, but I heard from a lot of other brides that like in that moment you really just, it feels like it's just you two there.
Yeah, I did. Like, so I was so nervous leading up to it, but in the moment I wasn't nervous at all.
No.
And I actually really enjoyed every second of it. But one memory is that I finished mine, and my dad, who was like ended up being the life and soul of the whole week, everyone ended up loving my dad because he's like, I don't know, how would you describe it? Just he's fun, open, like
he's very affectionate and emotional. Niall doesn't see him that much because he lives in France,
so it was extra really special for me.
And he's just lovely, and he's like down with the kids. Like him and my brother from Canada had jokes about that, and we won't go into that because it's a bit rude. But he was just he got on really well with like younger people.
So I finished my vows, and all I heard was it was just out my left ear, because like the crowd was like, this is my dad going, great. Like before people even clapped, and obviously like he was probably like really in the moment, seeing his son like pour his heart out to like his new wife, and he was like, great. But it reminds me when he watches a film, he gets super into films, and if there's like an emotional bit in a film, he's like, great.
Oh, he's so cute. Walking down the aisle for me felt really strange, especially because I had a veil over my face. So it was all quite distorted, and like I just wanted to smile at everyone, but also I was like really just wanted to be in the moment. I didn't want to think about anything else, and I couldn't see Niall because he wasn't at the actual.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Maybe it's someone
that was the one thing I think about the day that I was like not sad about, but I just was looking for you, and I couldn't see Niall at the end of the aisle because he was slightly to the right behind all of the groomsmen. So I was like looking for you, and I was like, where is he?
I've done a runner. I ran down to the beach. I'm swimming to
it was
the
fine
mainland.
once I'd seen you.
But
yeah, anyway, so yeah, we said our vows. We had celebrate good times. come on once they said you can now kiss the bride. We walked back down, they threw confetti, which was really nice, and we did a little dance on the way down. And yeah, we had lots of canapes. It's so dark now, I'm really sorry, we look so blue. But we had canapes, and the sax player played loads of songs. It was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then everybody went off in minibuses to Ben's bar, which is where we had the party. It's so blue now.
So blue.
They everyone went off there. I wonder if we could put like a light on so it just looks a little bit less like fake light. Do you think? If I turn my phone on here. Oh, there we go, it's a bit better.
Well, there's more fake
Looks
light.
like we're going camping. Everybody went off in minibuses to Ben's bar.
Yes.
And we'd decided and thought it would be well, actually they suggested it to us, didn't they, when we were booking the Olive Grove? They were like, you could get a boat.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
So originally we thought we'd maybe actually take everyone on a boat, and they were like, no, it's too complicated with the shore, because you're not actually supposed to really pull up a boat onto the shore in Paxos. You kind of have to anchor in quite far away. We obviously usually would swim across, but couldn't in all our outfits. But because there was only 2 of us, and one of the guys actually who we usually hire a little boat off when we go to Paxos on holiday, so we know him, which was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Spiros would bring us to shore without us having to swim.
Yeah, so the plan was everyone go get bus over to Ben's bar, and we would get picked up from the beach down the Olive Grove by Spiros, and then go over to Ben's bar. And it gave us a really lovely opportunity to kind of catch up with each other, and had that opportunity up until then.
No, and what I was just going to say, just before we went down to the beach as well, we had a nice little moment with the arch, didn't we?
Yeah,
where we just like looked around, and they started to like pack it all away. But we took some really cute little pictures in a little video, I'll insert it. And just like looked around together, and it was really nice. But anyway, carry on.
And I picked up a bottle of Prosecco before we went to Spiros' boat, which was very good idea. And then so we got on Spiros' boat, and when we got on, he was like, on the way over here, there were like loads of dolphins about, and we were like, what? Dolphins?
Never seen
like,
a dolphin in Paxos.
You guys, like, I'll go out shore and we'll see what happens. Maybe they're going to be there, maybe they won't. And he basically found the dolphins.
He was whistling, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was like a guy at sea.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Dolphin whisperer, or whistler. And yeah, honestly, that kind of like, I don't want to say it made the day, because obviously the day would have been amazing anyway, but like that was just one little magical detail. And we'll put some clips in. It was honestly,
it was amazing.
We were both like, just like, what the hell is going on? Like dolphins in Paxos. I didn't even know that dolphins lived around Paxos or Greek islands, but clearly they do. But
and even you bring in the Prosecco too. Like, I had nothing. You had everything. You had
I had all your stuff
as well. Like, I didn't know where it was really dark. I didn't know where anything was, and Niall had even brought a bottle of Prosecco. Like, when you popped that on the boat, I was like, oh my god, how did you think of all of this? Yeah, it was such a lovely moment. And then after a bit, we went over to Ben's bar, started singing Oggy 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 Oggy, everybody,
and everyone on the beach going oi oi oi, and then we went, guys, you'll never guess what just happened. The dolphins.
And then Sam went, I saw an octopus. Sam, one of Niall's best friends, had videoed this random octopus. I asked everyone if they saw it too, and they were like, no, and it was just Sam with an octopus by himself.
Doesn't surprise
Never
me.
seen an octopus in Paxos either. When we got to Ben's bar, it all started to cool down a bit, because it was about 7 o'clock by then. And but I was still really hot in that dress, because the bottom of my dress was like 3 layers, and it was quite heavy satin. So I always was going to have a second look, and we kind of went straight up, me, my hairstylist Willis, makeup artist Helen, and Eva, one of my good friends, because she's like very creative, and isn't she? She's like really good at just like, I don't know, she wanted to kind of like help with the look. Even though we had something in mind from when we practiced, we went completely different because of the sweat. So Willis completely slicked back my hair, and we went for a whole different look, and I actually really loved it in the end. I changed my dress into my second one, which was from Kaya. Right guys, we've changed location because there is 0 light left, and my battery ran out then, so we were like, we'll just change up. Yeah, as I was saying, changed dress, changed hair, we redid and just like touched up makeup, And actually, I think I did tell you that they had a little cubicle shower, and I went and had a shower.
What, Ben's bar?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just like,
I didn't actually know that.
did you not?
No.
Everybody the next day. I know, everybody the next day was like, why didn't you say I would have had one?
Yeah.
But I put a little 50 cents in and had a shower.
You play, what, you listened to 50 Cent in there?
No, I put in a little 50 cents to work the shower.
Brides only.
No, yeah, but it was good to change, and my dress was a lot kind of like lighter, and it had a big slit so I could dance. I put in these big butterfly earrings, which sadly just kept falling out in our first dance. Just kept falling out. Do you remember that? We kept picking it up. Kept falling on my ear. Do you not remember in all the videos?
Must have been drunk at that point. I can't remember. Ben's bar, you walk down the slope, there's some steps, and then there's the decking, which usually has like sunbeds, but there was like, what was it, like an E shape of tables.
Yeah, so we wanted to do that so that it wasn't too set, like you could still see everyone. Yeah, no, it was perfect for the amount of people that were there in terms of like who could see people, blah blah blah. And then it's basically, what do you call it? It's like a curtain, yeah,
and a ceiling of light. So it basically went over everything like this, and I'm sure Megan will have some pictures or videos to insert. It looked insane. It was so, and not just that, the flowers as well.
Yeah, the flowers were
so
amazing.
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing. Because we were using, you know, a vendor that was in Greece, I couldn't go and see the flowers beforehand. And obviously, like, I chatted to them loads about what we would like, and they were absolutely incredible. Because I wanted quite like a wildflower fairy theme with peachiness to them and daisies. So it was quite specific. Peachiness. But they were absolutely amazing. If you ever get married in Greece, you have to use it. Someone actually DM'd me yesterday and was like, I'm gonna use them for my wedding. I was like, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've got a really good rep apparently.
I saw them setting up and they actually seemed really like excited and happy to be doing it.
Yeah, no, that's what they said, which was so nice. They were amazing. Had kind of like a centerpiece going throughout the table, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then they did a little decoration down the stairs with some candles, and it just looked just insane. Like, exactly, I'll insert the Pinterest board that I had 2 or 3 years ago when we first got engaged to show you how the vibe turned out almost exactly the same. And I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it, because you never know if it's going to be an Instagram versus reality moment.
Right.
You just don't know, do you?
No, that was like, a reality versus reality moment.
Yeah, because you just, obviously not, you know, shitting on any businesses, but sometimes Pinterest can be a little bit unrealistic with some things, but it just all just looked amazing, didn't it? And it just felt really like nice. It didn't feel over the top. It felt like
it was perfect.
Just really pretty.
It was really perfect.
And just, yeah, it just looked amazing. I
want to do it again. I wish we could just do that like at the same day every year again. The same people.
So after 10 years, people do like a revow thing.
Right.
I feel like we should. No, but actually he said that he's not doing any more weddings there.
No, we'll just say book it for a dinner. It's just a big 50-person
Very big dinner.
It's not a wedding. We're already married.
No.
So everyone arrived, we arrived, everything looked amazing, and then we had the food. Like, we loved the food at Ben's bar. They outdid themselves. They really bloody outdid themselves. They did. The stuffed aubergine, oh my god.
The prawn saganaki.
The prawn saganaki.
Niall did a remake on The Good Bite.
Yes, on The Good Bite. If you go on our page, have a little look at the video, or just go on the website to get it.
Stuffed peppers.
If you want a taste of our wedding night, go on The Good Bite.
This recipe.
The food was just amazing.
It was just all authentic Greek. It was so I firstly visualised that the buffet was going to be like all set out, but it wasn't, and I was so glad that it wasn't. Well, firstly, Ben said because of the flies they don't do that.
Yeah.
So they brought out like starters and then main and then dessert, and it was just like loads of different dishes people could pick bits from, which was really nice, wasn't it? Because then if you didn't like something, you could have something of something else, and there was so much that it was just, but everyone ate everything.
Basically.
And they actually did.
And we drank everything.
It was
they were like, we got you drunk. Ben was like, I've never, like, you guys you went pretty hard.
We
He showed
went-
us the tally of
That's what I was
everything
gonna
we drank.
say. A few days later, we got he tallied up how many drinks of everything we had, and there was literally like 80 Cafe Patron shots. 80 Aperol Spritz was the highest.
There's 50 people there, so it's not that many.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think people are used to like English. How much English people like Cafe Patron?
Yeah, I do like Cafe Patron. Good shot.
And then the rest of the night was a blur. Thank you. Good night.
No, but the speeches were really good, weren't they? So
Oh,
we
the
had
speeches.
after the mains, we had all the speeches. So we
Yeah.
had my dad, then Niall's dad, then Bri, Carl, and Niall. My dad's speech was really cute. I didn't know where he was going at the start.
You didn't know where your dad was going with his speech. My dad.
Your
My
dad
dad-
was funny. He was like, I haven't written anything.
Not. I was like, Dad, have you written a speech? Like, this was a week before. He was like, no. I was like, maybe just write something down. But clearly, he felt like he didn't need to. I was like, he's a Buddhist, right?
He's
And
a good talker, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
So he's a Buddhist, and I know like people get quite inspired. Like, not even if you're into religion or you're into Buddhism, but like their kind of values kind of apply very easily applicable to like just everyone's everyday life. So I was like, Dad, just do some Buddhist shit. People are like that, and clearly he did. There was one point where he mentioned my mum who eat the force, and I was like, I had to tug him. I had to tug him on. I was like, Dad's.
I didn't know you tagged his
Reel it
trouser.
in. Yeah, no, I did. Like, he was obviously just, it was all in good jest. And
Yeah,
he was just having
he
a
wasn't
laugh.
being like.
But I was like, you know, I don't want to make.
What's the word?
Yeah, but my mum was absolutely fine.
No, but it didn't
it's
come
funny.
across
No,
like,
it was
yeah,
funny. It was
he
funny.
wasn't being sort of mean or anything. They broke up years ago.
Years and years. Dad's speech was very cute. Bri's speech was very, very cute.
She was talking about when we used to relate to lyrics, and she was like, I'm so glad that Megan found her Edward Cullen. That's what she said. She's really cute.
Cuteness award goes to Carl's speech, let's be honest. And he teared up. He got emotional.
What was his joke at the start? He went, I've read that speeches usually only last about, what did he say? 30 seconds. So just like the groom in bed, so I'll sit down right now or something. Yeah. It was funny. It was funnier than that. I just killed that joke. How like proper broke down at the end of his speech.
Yeah, he couldn't actually,
so
but you know,
cute.
he'd practiced that loads of times, and
Every
basically
time.
when he got to your part, he couldn't get past it without crying.
He's
And he
so
did,
cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
It was cute, and you'll see. I think that will be in the wedding video, so I don't want to give that away too much.
You'll be able to see all these
all
like
of
details
these
in
moments
real
will
life.
be in the wedding video, and it will be better than when we're describing it. But there was just some
A lot better
things.
than when we described.
We finished the speeches at 11 p.m.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, and then literally everyone just went wild, and it just all got really messy really quick.
Big cake fight.
There was a big cake fight, so the cake arrived at about 1 a.m. Bear in mind we only had music till 2 a.m. because they didn't have a license any later. So at 1 a.m. this cake turned up, and it was like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And there's a video where I'm going, it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I was going, you know, like, I got it the wrong way round. I thought it was really funny. And then you were shouting it too. It's the Leaning Power of Pisa.
I was going, it's the Elephant Man of wedding cake.
Yeah, because we cut a slice and it was huge. And literally then Niall started a cake fight. He threw no, because we both, there was a video where we lifted it up and then you went like that at me, and I was like, nope. And then we were fighting over it, and then it flew in the air, and then you threw it. There's some videos I will put in here, because those are the kind of things I'm not sure what the boys who shot the wedding got of the evening, but I will put those moments in. The next day I was like, Ben, I'm so sorry we had the cake fight, and he went, mate, relax oss. I was like,
relax off.
He's such a babe, isn't he?
Yeah. Then Megan fell asleep in the taxi on the way home.
Yeah.
She woke up again though.
We got home
It's all good.
like 4 a.m. and so did everybody else. There is actually that video I've never edited together, which Neelam did, where she did This Is My First Drink around all the guests, and then This Is My Last. And my brother's is the funniest. Me and my brother had a dance off, which was interesting, and I was trying to copy his famous dance moves that he always does, which were not great.
Honestly, it was like, it sounds cliche, and I don't really like cliche, like, but it was the best day of my life.
Same. I just wish I could do it again.
That's what I mean, I want to do it again.
And you know what was the loveliest thing? Is I know that people could say to you, yeah, I had a great time, but honestly, everybody was like, it was like, everyone was so sad to go home, weren't they? Like, everybody was like, it was so much fun, and that's what I really wanted.
Well, obviously the day was very, very special, but it was just the whole week.
Anyway, I think we're gonna leave it there.
Got a barbecue dinner on the beach.
Yes, we do.
Awaiting us.
Oh, we're not late. We've got another hour. We're fine.
Oh, loads of time.
Oh, loads of time. My time management is too bad today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Well, long video.
It was honestly a perfect day.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you very soon, either in the wedding teaser or in the honeymoon vlog, or in the, no, it won't be the wedding video, it'll be the teaser or the honeymoon vlog next, probably the teaser. So I'll see you there. Ciao.